Hey there, this is Mickey3193 again, and this is just going to be the second part of my Nuka Cola van. As you can see, the salt has been left overnight, so the salt is all dry now. And what I'm going to do is start laying the paint on it. Normally with these I'll only be doing one colour, but on this one I want the roof to be white and the rest of the van's going to be red. So I was trying to decide whether to do the red first, then mask off the roof to do it white, or the roof first. So I think what I'm going to do is the roof, which will obviously spray the whole car white, which will give it a nice base coat for the red to go on, just to give it red a little bit more colour. Shows what a nice light undercoat, just to bring it red up. But what I will end up doing, because the transfers I use are clear transfers, and it's to be a red and white. Just bear with me a second. That will be the logo to go on the side of it, the Nuka Cola. Now, because it's on a clear, if I just spray it red and lay it on, you're not going to see it. So what I'll need to do is possibly do a square, work out what it's going to be, and mask off so that stays white. So when I put a transfer on, the red should hopefully be quite a close match to the red that I'm spraying on. But once I've done anyway, once the paint's all dry and I've cleaned all the salt off, I will be using washes to dirty the paint up, to age it a bit more. So for now, I'm just going to lay the white coat on. So there we go. Like I said, we have to keep a bit of distance with it. If we get too close, it will just blow the sand off. So. And if you have to, it's always best just to build it up in a couple of layers. I mean, what I might even also do is if I just do it like that, where it's not covered there and undercoated, all that will do is make the red a bit darker in that area, which will also work towards the effect. So as you can see there, that's covered nicely. It should be just about right. It doesn't need to be too bright because, as I said, it is wanting to look old. So I'll let it dry, then I'll come back and mask off and pop the red on. Okay, so right now the white paint's dried, and what I've done is I've carefully masked off the area. I've not shown you me doing this because it can be a bit fiddly, and you just got to take your time with it so as not to catch all that salt. As you can see there, knocked a couple of little bits off, but it doesn't matter as long as you don't knock too much off. I've covered a couple of bits on the sides just so some of that white will stay underneath where I want to put the transfer. And now what I'm going to do is apply the red over the top of this. Again, you don't want to put this on too heavy, or all you'll find that will happen is the red will end up running underneath your tape. So you need to make sure that any bits are well down at the sides. Otherwise you will get red going under there. Just do a gentle spray, aim downwards rather than up against the edge of the tape, just to try and save everything going in. It's always best just to build it up in slow layers. If you try and cover too much at once, it will run underneath where you put your tape. just give it a little blast underneath, just to get that interior on that engine bay. And I'll do for its first coat. So I'll leave that one to dry and then give it another, and I'll be back again. Right, so now paint is dry, so what's left to do now is start by removing the masking tape. Just carefully take it off just so it's not there. Just left it really nice white edging. Anyway, you might get where the tape's not being quite on right, I can always touch that up after. You get the idea. Then what I do after that is I can use a toothbrush or one of these. It usually comes in a set with wire brushes, but this is a tough plastic bristle. Should do the job fine. What you're going to do is, anywhere that you have, so let me just adjust the camera. Anywhere that you put the salt, if you start rubbing it, so if you just gently tap on top, that will loosen and help remove some of it. All you're going to do is just gently start brushing that off. Now whether you can see the effect. What you do is just go around the whole vehicle. You might get some bits where there's still little tiny lumps that won't come off, but they're actually okay. If you leave them on, it adds towards the effect of the rust bubbling up underneath the paint. And there's actually another thing you can do when you're doing this effect. You can, when you get to the first stage, once you've put all your salt on, if instead of going straight to your main colour, if you use like a grey, like a primer colour, you can spray it all grey first and then go on and add a little bit more salt to the edges to expand that area, and then do your top coat on top. When you come to remove it, it will show with the primer as well, as though it's worn through to the primer and to the top coat, which is similar to what I did on the Chevy Nova. There you go, you can see on that. And all we do is just carry on going round, gently removing it. All the way. Just struggling with the camera angle on this one at the moment. There you go. That'll be better. You can see the effect really starting to work. There we go. There's still a couple of bit of smudge for me to go back over and pull off, but you see how it's done. Now what I'll do with this now is I'll apply decals to the side and then work that in when I weather it all, rather than weathering it all first and then putting them on. If I put them on now, it'll blend them in so they match, which should actually be quite a good colour match to start with. That's it. So they do quite well, so there'll be one M on each side. And there you go. And I hope this was of some help, and I'll probably do another video showing you me doing the actual weathering with the washes and maybe a little bit of dry brushing to it as well. Adding some details to this sort of parachute pouch will give a bit of colour, maybe a bit of the headlights. But for now, I'll put this together, I'll post this one up, and then I'll get back to you with anything else. Thanks for watching.